Hello, darlings. Oh God, I almost went a little bit Charlotte Tilbury there, didn't I? Darling, darling, or a little bit ab fab. Oh, sweetie, darling, darling, sweetie, 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 darling. Yes, I'm driving again. So just been to the pool, hence the pool hair, and it is Friday. So again, a bit like last week, only the difference is you can see me this time. I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. Sunday's obviously my away day, but what I can do is first of all reflect on how last week went. So lost 5.5 pounds, which was very nicely welcomed by myself. What does it mean for this week though? Well, I am a little bit dubious because, well, after a big drop like that, I usually go and either lose very little, or I hazard a guess I might even stay the same or potentially put on, especially after a drop like that. But it was very much welcome. Let's see how this week goes. So I'm going to touch upon something that you've probably seen the title of the video, but it is tongue-in-cheek in the respect of, you know, I'm not particularly serious about it, but it's just something funny that's happened. And by the way, if I say funny about this, please no one get offended, okay? Please bear in mind that Mrs. Chris has also got autism, so she's probably going to agree with what I'm talking about at the moment. So what am I talking about then? So autism, I don't necessarily think I'm autistic. I do think I have autistic traits at times. I think everyone does, to be honest, but there's lots of examples I can go into, but one that I want to go into because it's literally just happened, and it's something that a little bit of a pattern I've noticed. Obviously, as I've said, I've just been swimming, and what I've noticed is that I always seem to go to the same locker every time. It's always going to be the same one. I then have to go to the same cubicle to get changed each time, and then when I come out of the shower, when I come out of the swimming pool, I go to have a shower, I always go for the same one. So it's always the shower cubicle that's on the far right hand side next to the wall. And what my experiences of the swimming pool has taught me is that if I don't get these particular things, because funnily enough, I'm not the only person using the swimming pool, I get a little bit antsy. So today, I managed to get the locker that I wanted. I managed to get the cubicle that I wanted, but when I came out of the swimming pool, someone was in the shower cubicle that I tend to use, and I didn't say anything, but it got me quite, not flustered, I suppose that's not quite the word, but a bit on edge, a bit nervy, like, oh, but that's the one I like going to, and I can't go in there, so I'm going to have to go in one of these other ones. And I just felt uncomfortable and not right, and I'm thinking, they're all the bloody same, what am I getting antsy about? And yesterday when I went swimming, I couldn't use the cubicle to get changed in that I normally have, and I felt a bit about that as well. And I began to think to myself, is this am I a bit autistic? Have I got, if I don't have these certain things in precise order, and it has to be this one and it has to be that one, then I basically throw a strop. I don't know, it seems to be something that I've noticed, but I just found it so funny that someone's using my shower cubicle. This is unacceptable. I can't have this. No. I don't know, maybe I am. I think more time spent with somebody with autism has probably highlighted or emphasised a few autistic things in me. Not particularly good with lots of people, noise and all that. I tend to sort of shrink into myself or try to get myself out of the equation. Maybe I am, who knows? Maybe I'm just mental. But yeah, that's what I've noticed today. So how has this week been? Well, it's been okay. I will say on Sunday, now Sunday's my away day, and I also use it as a cheat day. I have what I want, because for me that's good to have a day where I have something to work towards. So I've got a hair on me. God, I wonder whose that is. Ugh, horrible. But on Sunday, we went out for a meal, and it wasn't particularly a big meal or anything like that. I think I had about half of it, and I felt so bloated. And do you know what? For the rest of that day, and that night, and the following day, so the Monday, I felt awful. My stomach was making weird noises all the time. Do you know, I've never experienced anything like it. It was different from feeling full, or like when you've overeaten. It just felt so pressurized and gurgling and noises and even Mrs. Chris was going, "Is that you?" Because all this noise was coming out of me, and I'm going, "Yeah, I don't feel particularly great." Nothing happened, but it's kind of showing me that I just can't eat what I used to eat. So I look forward to these things I have on a Sunday, and then I go to have it, and then I'm like, ugh. So I don't know. It was a weird experience. But in terms of food this week, it is not the greatest of news. I mean, it's not really news. It's just something that's going on. I've seemed to have developed a dislike for lorries that are too close in the middle. I've seemed to have developed over the course of a few weeks a lot of pain in my, what do they call it, the TMJ, something like the joint that's in here. You know, like if you've opened your mouth too wide or something like that, and then it hurts in there and like that. But for a long while, I've noticed it starting to pop when I'm talking. It's like when I'm talking to, you know, in my job. And now it's starting to hurt, and it's starting to ache. And rightly or wrongly, I probably shouldn't have done it. I did do a little bit of research into whether psoriatic arthritis, which is what I've got, can develop in that joint, and it said yes. So as I sit behind a cyclist who really I could just knock over, I was a bit gutted, to be honest. It's not been diagnosed, it's not been confirmed or anything like that, because heaven forbid I should actually have to bloody cyclist is getting on my tits. I would have to actually hear from someone to do that. Now the person I can speak to isn't back until the 13th, so I'm going to message them as and when they are back to basically say, look, this is now coming up. I was supposed to have a consultation anyway, a follow-up one. Never had that. That was supposed to be a few months ago. I'm going to mention this as well because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's just muscular or ligament or something like that. Just I've hurt it somehow. But it has affected my food because, funnily enough, it hurts when I chew. So I have been kind of having soup and stuff like that because I just wanted to sort of just try having soft foods to kind of let it heal, and it doesn't seem to have helped at all. I'm waking up in the night with it, I'm waking up in the morning with it hurting. So I did have a bit of a moment. I did have a bit of a cry in the early hours one night with the missus because what am I going to do? I think basically what I said was, what am I going to do if this is the arthritis in my jaw? What am I going to not eat or anything like that? I mean, which would be good for my, you know, my diet, but I'm thinking about quality of life again. So I've got no real update on that. I'm going to be hopefully speaking to someone in this coming week. I hope. Maybe not. I mean, I would go to the GPs, but that'd be like pissing in the wind, as they say. I don't know, just a bit gutted, really. I've just got fingers crossed it's just muscular. Don't really want to end it on a low note there. What we are going to do is, though, we are going to go to how I did. Go on then, you first. Go. I did flash you once already. You obviously weren't bloody looking. God, I'm such a good driver. Let's go see how I did this week. Fingers crossed for this one. 27. Should we see how I did? Should we see how I did? Yeah. Can you let go of my... There we go. Right, should we drop you? Purring. Purring. Right. Right. Let's see how I did. There we go.
2 hours later.
Now back to video. Right, so that is how I did. God, I hope it was good. If not, then this cheery persona's a bit misplaced. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you want to continue the journey, what are we, week 27? 27, I think. You can go back. I've documented from the start, before I even started Mounjaro, kind of researching into it. And I've done a week by week play of how I've done with that. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, and if you are on your own journey, I hope it's going well. By the way, I've got to have a little bit of a shout out to a certain subscriber, Will DeFox, who kindly emailed me. I don't know if it was a jovial email or if he was complaining. We'll soon find out. Where he said that, just randomly, my final song that I have in my video was stuck in his head for several days, and I share that pain because I've had that song stuck in my head quite a few times. But just for his own benefit and for yours, let's go for a walk. See you soon.
Wise Mounjaro, come on in and you can see his goofy face, arthritic knee, still living life like he's 23. But no more chips and no more cheese, his boobs alone are double D's, and he sits down when he pees. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, losing weight, that's his job, so he can finally see his knob. If only he could stop shoveling food in his gob, spending hours on the bog trying to pass another law. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob. Subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob.